Have you ever felt a silent whisper in the corner of your soul? As if there were a secret key to the universe, one that only reveals itself to those bold enough to journey into the depths of their being. There's a subtle beat, a gentle vibration calling to your soul, guiding you beyond the veil of everyday reality. Listen closely. Can you feel it? This is no mere imagination. You have been chosen by the universe to awaken the dormant light energy within every cell of your body. This energy holds the power to reshape your path, alter your reality, and unlock the highest potential that has long slumbered within you. Prepare yourself, for in this opening chapter, you will discover the secret of how breathing can become the key to opening the door of infinite possibility. More than just a key, your breath is a very pulse of creation, ever present since the dawn of your life. It is an ancient rhythm in harmony with the heartbeat of the earth. Once you realize this, breath becomes a song of your soul, a silent melody that stirs and strengthens. So, take a deep breath and allow yourself to dive into the miracle that has been waiting quietly to be remembered. Did you know? Whispers a voice within. This secret has been embraced by thousands of souls as a path to illumination. Conscious breathing is not merely the act of inhaling and exhaling. It is a sacred bridge between doubt and belief, between fear and trust. Imagine each breath as a strand of light, weaving your connection to the pure energy of the universe. As you embody each inhale, restlessness fades like morning mist touched by sunlight. And with each exhale, envision yourself planting seeds of courage into the soil of your spirit. Seeds that will grow into trees of purposeful action. You are invited to embrace the power of the wind of life, an invitation to dance with the rhythm of the cosmos. Now, every breath is no longer just air moving in and out. It becomes a dialogue between your body and the spirit of the universe. Here, you begin to understand that this technique is not merely a practice. It is a living, spiritual experience. Let us now step into the heart of this chapter, the forgotten awareness, where breath reveals a hidden gateway within you. Can you hear this gentle current? The inner voice murmurs, "It is your breath flowing like the river of life." Too often we are swept away by the noise of the world, forgetting that each breath is a bridge linking body, mind, and soul. Imagine your breath as a river shaping the valleys of your inner world. Soft, yet powerful enough to transform. When your awareness returns to each inhale and exhale, you begin to feel how every breath holds the key to personal transformation. A new light appears, a light that leads you beyond limiting illusions and opens a path toward your true potential. And in that moment, when your breath merges with pure awareness, you are no longer a bystander in your life. You become the sculptor, like an artist chiseling stone into beauty. You reshape yourself through breath. Each breath is a sacred carving, revealing the hidden grace beneath the layers of old wounds and limits. Now, let us journey deeper into the sacred chamber where true wisdom dwells. Now, feel your breath as a bridge of light, whispers the heart. Rather than letting it pass unnoticed, focus your awareness. Inhale with intention. Exhale with purpose. Your breath is no longer a biological reflex, but a portal to the deepest dimension of your consciousness. Each inhale draws in cosmic energy, while each exhale releases the burdens that have long stifled your potential. Imagine yourself aboard a train of light, speeding toward inner freedom. In that awareness, you realize your breath connects the inner and outer worlds, and in doing so, you rise beyond limitation. With each conscious inhale, you summon universal energy. With each purposeful exhale, you let go of what no longer serves you. This is not mere breathing, it is alignment. You begin to see that life no longer controls you. You are beginning to shape life itself. Every second spent breathing with awareness is an investment in building a new reality, one of peace, meaning, and connection to your truest self. Do you hear the subtle rhythm? The soft voice lingers in your mind. It is the breath that pierces to the boundaries of ordinary life. Ordinarily, we allow the breath to pass like a shadow, automatic and unnoticed. But when you pause time for a moment and bring your full presence to each breath, you touch the essence of existence. Imagine your breath as a pen rewriting your inner narrative, inscribing the letters of light and wisdom with every stroke of energy. The filaments of your life force begin to glow. Light awakens in every corner of the soul, stirring the slumbering awareness. Through breath consciousness, the horizon of your mind expands, and you begin to sense the deeper vibration of reality. In that moment, you are not merely breathing. You are fully alive, fully present. Your awareness is no longer fragmented, but whole, unified through the breath. This is the beginning of true transformation, not through effort, but through presence. And from there, life begins to reveal its new face, clearer, more meaningful, and far more beautiful than you ever imagined. Across ancient traditions, from Eastern pranayama to Western therapeutic breathwork, breath has long been revered as a key to profound wisdom. Conscious breathing is not just about regulating airflow, but about directing energy with pure intention. It is a guide to break through physical boundaries and step into the hidden spiritual realms. When you unite breath and awareness, the body becomes a living vessel of consciousness, and every breath becomes a mantra unveiling forgotten layers of the soul. Like a torch lit within a dark tunnel, your breath illuminates paths once thought blocked. And now, that path opens wide, inviting you to step deeper into the most radiant version of yourself. You allow that energy to flow into you, bringing visions and dreams into clearer, more tangible reality. One of the most powerful techniques to shape a new life is visual briefing or breath-based visualization. This practice combines steady, deep breathing with vivid, intentional imagery of your life's purpose. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and take a long, deep breath through your nose. Imagine a golden light, warm, gentle, flowing in with the air and spreading throughout your body. Feel this light fill your chest, expand through your shoulders, down your arms to your fingertips and toes. This is no ordinary light. It is a light of hope, the light of your highest potential. Each breath is a message to the universe. You are ready to open, to transform, to embrace life with awakened presence. So, breathe again and imagine you are drawing the energy of the cosmos into the very core of your being. As you exhale slowly, feel your doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs dissolve. See them like thin smoke, black ash from old beliefs, drifting away with the winds of time. Practice this slowly, with depth, as if rewriting the story of your life upon the blank page of destiny. At a certain point, you'll begin to feel that each breath brings you closer to your life's true purpose. Breathing is no longer about survival. It is about creation. The deeper your breath, the stronger your intention is etched into your awareness, as though each molecule of oxygen becomes ink, writing your dreams into the book of the universe. Another powerful technique is the breath of creation. It combines rhythmic breathing with positive affirmations. With each inhale, silently say, "I receive the energy of creation." With each exhale, "I release all limitations." Repeat this until the words are no longer just heard, but felt deep within your bones. Focus your awareness on the breath, and the chaotic waves of thought subside, like crashing surf, soften at the shores of consciousness. Silence arises, not as emptiness, but as a sacred space where the soul can finally hear itself. Behind each breath lies a doorway into the inner dimension, a realm where reality is not rigid, but a mirror of what we feel, think, and live. As your awareness dives deeper through conscious breath, the world begins to move in harmony with your inner rhythm. What once felt heavy becomes fluid. What once constrained now flows. Here, breath becomes more than survival. It becomes awakening. It unlocks the door to long silent potential. Your vision expands. Challenges become gateways, and energy flows freely beyond the limits of the body into the greater space of life itself. Every conscious breath is an invitation from the universe, as if the sky calls you from mountaintop silence, blowing fresh wind into your soul. Feel that energy flow, not only filling your lungs, but touching the very cells that once lay dormant, healing wounds unseen. With each exhale, imagine the burdens you've long carried, released, dissolved, disappearing like morning mist in sunlight. This is not mere breathing. This is purification, a sacred ritual where you shed the invisible chains, freeing the soul. Know this deeply. Your breath is not just air, it is a gateway. It is the first step in an inner revolution. Each inhale is a stride toward freedom. Each exhale declares that you are ready to walk the path of profound transformation that now awaits you. Behind every seemingly simple breath lies a power far greater than the self, a cosmic force, an ancient energy flowing since the dawn of time. If you have ever sensed a secret kept by the stars, this is the moment. Open a window of awareness and see that your breath is the very echo of the universe. The outer world is but a shadow of the inner one. And when your breath aligns with the rhythm of the cosmos, you are no longer alone. You become part of something vaster, deeper. You're not just inhaling oxygen. You're drawing starlight into your bones. And as this awareness grows, a new chapter of your journey begins. Chapter 2. The techniques of deep conscious breathing await you. Like a gate of light at the end of a shadowed corridor, deep conscious breathing is more than a breathing ritual. It is an ancient art passed from soul to soul. Every second you spend in this practice is not merely time. It is a flow of awakened energy dancing through your body. This method calls forth a part of you that has long slept, waiting to be stirred by the light of awareness. Begin gently. Sit tall, like a tree rooted yet supple in the breeze. Or lie down with your body straight, like a river ready to welcome the mountain's currents. Close your eyes, not to drift into sleep, but to awaken to a deeper world. Let the breath become your only language. No words, no sound, only pure presence. Allow the breath to move like a mountain stream, calm, clear, effortless. Feel the air touch the inner edges of your nostrils, enter your lungs like a healing embrace, then release softly, carrying away whatever you no longer need. With each exhale, you reunite with nature. You merge with the universe. Notice the subtle sensations we often overlook. The coolness of the incoming air, the warmth of its departure, and the gentle vibration flowing through your spine. There lies the hidden secret of energy. This is a foundation, the true home of breath awareness. Not merely living, but living consciously. Here, life becomes prayer, and breath becomes a mantra that unites you with the very power of creation. Once awareness is sprouted like a seed reaching for light, it's time to set a rhythm, a sacred pattern that orders the cosmos within your chest. The 4-4-8 technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 8, then rest for 4. This is no mere count. It is an inner symphony, like waves dancing across a silent ocean. This rhythm is a song from the depths, soothing the storms in your mind. As you inhale, you absorb the universe. As you hold, you still time itself. As you exhale, you release every chain that binds you. And as you rest, you listen to the voice of the soul. This pattern is a bridge between the mortal body and eternal consciousness. With each heartbeat moving forward, the usual clam of the mind softens, transforming into a tranquil flow, like a river that is found at sea. When the body relaxes and the mind grows quiet, something magical unfolds. Breath becomes more than air. It becomes light, an energy current that transcends physical boundaries. It is as if every cell, every fiber, every atom of your being is filled with pure, luminous, healing life force. Your body becomes a vessel, not just organs and muscles, but a sacred space where cosmic energy resides. Yet do not mistake this for mere relaxation. This is union. This is a sacred bond between you and your true self, between personal awareness and the grand energy that envelopes all. In the silence of breath, you do not just feel peace, you become peace itself, a peace that stands independent of external circumstances, a peace born not of outcomes, but of being. The reality you experience each day, with its joys and sorrows, light and shadow, is not carved in stone. It is fluid. It is flexible. It can be reshaped and resculpted like clay in the hands of an artist. And the artist is your consciousness. Each time you return to the breath, you pick up the brush once more. You begin again to paint the world from within. If you practice this faithfully, like the sun that never fails to rise on the horizon, it will transform how you view the world. You will start to see with the eyes of the heart. Clear, profound, full of love. Challenges that once felt like walls become ladders. Obstacles that once terrified you turn into gateways of growth. You begin reading life not as a burden, but as a message. Consciousness is an ocean, and you, through breath, are the boat that sails it. The deeper you journey, the more you realize that all you seek outside already resides within. Your breath is not just a puff of air. It is the soul song calling you home to the center of your existence. The impact of conscious breathing is more than tranquility. It is an inner revolution. It changes how you respond to life. The burdens that once pressed on your chest like stones begin to lift, no longer shackles, as if a cloudy sky suddenly parts, making way for light to shine through the clouds. There, you meet the true power that does not depend on the outer world. This is genuine self-empowerment, a strength granted by none but awakened from within, an awareness that enables you to choose your response rather than react, an understanding that you are the central force in this life. And this simple technique of mindful breathing is the gateway to that inner sovereignty. When breath is regulated with full awareness, the boundaries of reality begin to crack open. What once felt absolute becomes possible. Minds once confined by narrow logic now bloom like flowers greeting the morning sun. The world you behold transforms, not because the world has changed, but because you have changed. This is the essence of true spiritual growth. Change, and within that echoes outward. Minds once trapped in illusion unite with pure reality. You begin to understand that the outer world is merely a reflection of the inner. And every conscious breath is a step toward your ultimate liberation. Deep conscious breathing unveils a hidden dimension within you, a realm where the wellsprings of power, love, and wisdom have rested since time immemorial. There is no need to search afar. Simply be still and listen. Therein lies your turning point. The breath is the bridge between two worlds, the realm of thought and the realm of spirit. With each mindful exhale, pure energy flows, awakening the voice of intuition, stirring the conscience long buried. You do more than think. You begin to feel truth. And true truth is never loud. It speaks in silence. Yet to forge real change in your life, you must first recognize the invisible prison, the limits of your own mind. The mind is a marvelous tool. It can build worlds or destroy them, but without awareness, it becomes an endless labyrinth, looping you through old stories. Through conscious breathing, you step out of that maze. You stand above it, seeing clearly. The mind becomes your servant, not your master. You learn to choose which stories to carry forward and which to release. This is liberation. This is the pivot from victim to creator. In that silence, your true essence greets you, not as a concept, but as a direct experience. You feel yourself vaster than the body, deeper than the mind, higher than emotion. This is genuine mindfulness. When you cease striving to be something and simply are, the energy once locked in your chest now flows like a river finding its course. The breath becomes a key that opens ancient doors. There is nothing left to suppress, nothing to resist. You simply exist, fully conscious. And in that consciousness, you are free. Remember, this is not about silencing the mind. It is about harmonizing it. The mind is not the enemy. It only longs for a guide. Conscious breathing restores that harmony. When breath and mind unite, you become a true instrument. Life takes on melody, and that melody leads you to wisdom that cannot be taught, only realized. At this point, reality ceases to be something you passively endure and becomes something you co-create. You and the universe engage in dialogue, not through words, but through vibration, and the world responds in kind. When this practice becomes part of your daily life, not merely a technique, but the very breath of your being, your perception shifts. You no longer see the world as something happening to you, but as something resonating with you. Every person you meet, every event that unfolds, mirrors the vibration you emit. The world is not a static stage. It is a dance of energy moving in step with your intention and awareness. And through conscious breath, you hold the power to weave a new story, one in which you are no longer a spectator, but the creator. Reaching this level demands a quiet mind, not to hush it, nor to force it into oblivion like morning mist, but to tune it, gently guiding it toward the light, to a higher frequency, where breath and awareness dance in sacred symphony. The mind that once leapt between past and future now settles, present, whole, and from that stillness, the seed of wonder grows. Not magic, but the miracle of inner harmony, as the breath becomes a stream of peace, and the mind drifts in its current. Innovative ideas arise, not from ordinary thought, but from the innermost space where intuition speaks clearly. Their creative potential not only blossoms, but transforms into action, touching the world with the beauty of the soul. This is the summit of the inner journey, when your awareness merges with the pulse of the cosmos, through one simple yet mighty thing, the conscious breath. Now you are no longer merely an observer on life's stage. You are the architect of reality, painting destiny with the palette of awareness. With each wholehearted practice, the impossible becomes tangible, slowly but surely, in your grasp, true self-transformation. And that change is no illusion. It is real, palpable, reshaping who you are, not as an escape from life, but as a way to fully inhabit it. You are no longer swept by the waves. You are the ocean calling its own waves home. In the focused light carved by practice and intention, the mind once shattered like broken glass now shines like crystalline spring water. That clarity is more than mental. It is the opening of understanding that transcends logic. You realize reality is not a lifeless object, but a living canvas responding to the touch of your consciousness. Change the breath, and you shift the flow of energy. Change the mind, and you redirect destiny. Change the feeling, and you watch the world transform in resonance. For life is not what happens outside, but how within you respond. And the breath, that breath, is the bridge between reaction and creation. When the mental walls that have long felt impenetrable begin to peel away like old bark, your mind opens to the truths that have awaited you. That you are more than a body, more than ideas or a name. You are boundless energy flowing through the tapestry of the universe. Through deep conscious breathing, you unveil the dimensions hidden behind the mind's clamor. And beyond that noise, there is stillness that speaks, a spiritual potential waiting to be greeted, touched, awakened. When that happens, not only does the outer world shift, but your inner world finds a new direction. Chapter 4, Channeling Energy Through the Breath. This is the phase when the breath becomes more than air. It becomes a stream of divine power filling the very chambers of your existence. It soothes and transforms, not merely filling the lungs, but igniting the slumbering energy centers. Every mindful inhale is a chime in the spiritual symphony, inviting you to dance with the vibrations of the cosmos. Envision yourself as a sacred vessel, and the breath is the water of life that cleanses and revitalizes. Imagine your breath as a river of light, flowing gently yet inevitably, seeping into the deepest networks of your cells. It carries more than oxygen. It brings intention, vibration, and healing. It sweeps away emotional toxins, the fears that accumulate, the silent wounds, and plants seeds of calm, clarity, and courage. When you inhale with full awareness, you become a pure conduit for vital energy, the source of deep inspiration, unshakable bravery, and healing that reaches the roots. There, you do not simply breathe. You live an awakened presence. This process continues, and with every exhale, release more than carbon dioxide. Let go of lingering doubt. Shed the anxieties that burden your shoulders. Envision each breath out as a ritual of release, as if you cast off the old nets that held your potential captive. Each exhale is an affirmation, a declaration that you deserve to grow, that you are capable of awakening. Self-empowerment is not mere affirmation. It is a spiritual act begun with one conscious breath. To optimize this energy flow, add vivid visualization. Imagine golden light descending from the heavens, gentle yet potent. It penetrates your crown, then flows through your energy centers, cleansing, filling, and awakening what sleeps. This light is no fiction. It is the symbol of the highest awareness you are now accessing. It heals unseen wounds, rekindles authentic confidence, and reignites your life's purpose. You may feel a soft warmth, a subtle vibration like nature's whisper, or a profound relief like morning dew after a long night. This is not imagination. It is energy at work, real and present, moving through you. But energy is not only to be received, it is also to be returned. As you exhale, send that purified energy back into the world, as goodwill, as beams of light, as your gift to balance the collective field. With breath, you do more than transform yourself. You help transform the world. This practice whispers one essential truth. Energy is not something outside of you. It is not the privilege of few. It is an inseparable part of who you are. Every thought you entertain, every emotion you hold or release, is a wave echoing across the universe. And conscious breathing is the key, not only to understand energy, but to direct it, to build your life not from chaos, but from the purest intention within. This is the art of living in harmony with your highest vibration. With consistent practice, you'll discover that the breath is far more than oxygen flowing in and out. It is a dynamic force you can harness, align with your deepest intentions, and direct like a painter's brush. Use this living energy to heal old wounds, clear the cobwebs of distracted mind, and sculpt a reality that not only endures but radiates brilliance. Each inhale becomes a sacred mantra, each exhale an unspoken prayer. And when your inner energy finds its balance, the world around you begins to synchronize, tuning its rhythm to the melody of your soul. This technique transcends mere meditation. It is an art form for living. It doesn't stay confined to a cushion. It flows with each step you take, weaving through the morning's hustle, echoing in the hush of midnight, resonating in laughter and the silent fall of tears. When pressure strikes like a storm testing your foundation and negative emotions crackle like uncontrollable lightning, return to the breath. Every draw of air becomes a key, every release a choice. To center yourself, to witness rather than be swept away, to create rather than simply observe. Reclaim order from chaos and cultivate calm as your declaration of existence. The breath is a bridge between the physical world and the unseen realms. It's not just a biological mechanism, but a portal, leading you into higher dimensions where limitations dissolve in stillness and possibilities unfold like blossoms of light. Each mindful inhalation doesn't merely oxygenate, but channels pure healing energy into hidden scars. Every intentional exhalation is a sacred ritual, shedding doubt, fear, and the shadows of past trauma. When awareness fuses with breath, you step beyond mere human movement into conscious exploration, accessing your deepest potential that's been resting beneath layers of busyness and noise. Chapter 5. Building a connection with the universe through breath. Imagine that every mindful breath you take gently taps into the heartbeat of the cosmos. Deep conscious breathing is not merely a method. It is a sacred dance between you and the universe, a harmonious movement requiring no words, only presence, only silence, only unity. Through this rhythm, you merge with the invisible energy web, entering the swirling vibrations of universal life force that hold the answers to your soul's deepest yearnings. In each inhalation, there's a wordless dialogue with unlimited power streaming from all directions. You gather life force in the stars, the roots beneath your feet, and the gentle whisper of falling rain. And as you exhale, you send back a pure essence, your awakened self, into that same web. Breath becomes a symphony of giving and receiving, of bold presence and humble surrender. This is the bedrock of authentic spiritual connection, realizing you don't merely live in the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself through every cell of your being. Visualize this. Every mindful breath is a cosmic invitation saying, "Come closer, I've been waiting." The air you inhale shimmers with light that pierces the boundaries of past and future, carrying messages inscribed by the stars long before your birth. The silence within this practice isn't emptiness, but fertile ground for creation, where seeds of transformation quietly take root and inner miracles begin to unfurl, establishing strong foundations in the fertile soil of consciousness. As you sink into this silence, you begin to recognize your true self, not as a concept, but as a living, breathing presence. The universe is not an external force, but an extension of your most magnificent soul. Release every label and limiting definition. The illusion of separation dissolves, allowing the radiant glow of recognition to emerge. You are part of everything, and everything is part of you. At this moment, there's no you and other. Only unity, only wholeness, only boundless love. When you exhale, let each breath become a sacred act of release. Cast away doubt, fear, and confusion like fallen leaves drifting down the river of time. Every outward breath is more than expulsion. It is a silent prayer ascending to the open sky. And each inhale is not merely filling your lungs, but an answer from the cosmos whispering, "I hear you." This dialogue needs no words, for breath itself is a primal language. Energy's own tongue, the voice of truth, the language of light. The bond you form through breath is more than mere comfort. It is a gateway to ancient wisdom continually flowing, eager to be embraced by an open heart. As you breathe with full awareness, you create an inner space that becomes a birthplace of inspiration. Ideas emerge not from the mind, but from the depths connected to the cosmic whole. Within this sanctuary, you receive guidance on life's direction, the meaning of your presence, and how to channel your energy to craft harmony amidst the world's shifting currents. The universe mirrors your breath, and breath is how you observe it without illusion. By making breath your bridge, you traverse the ego's domain and enter the spirit's realm. There you uncover your authentic self, not social identities or performed roles, but pure energy intertwined with every living form. Each conscious breath is a step toward alignment, toward unshakable self-awareness, toward spiritual harmony that transforms you from mere witness into guardian of life's sacred flow. You are not a separate fragment of existence, nor a speck of dust in a vast cosmos. You are a wave in the ocean of universal energy, and the ocean itself is you. With this realization, every thought becomes an intention that reshapes reality, every emotion a creative frequency, and every action a note in the grand symphony of existence. Breath is no longer an automatic habit, but a sacred instrument carving reality with love and inviting peace into the midst of chaos. Yet this awakening must be lived, not just felt. Understanding divorced from action is mere fantasy. So, by syncing your intention with your breath, you activate the mechanics of manifestation. Every inhale carries your vision. Every exhale transmits the precise vibration of your resolve. This is not magic, but the law of resonance. Energies in harmony attract one another. As breath becomes a vehicle of your purpose, the universe responds swiftly, clearing the path of the reality you've summoned. Cultivating this connection is not a final destination, but an ongoing voyage, a timeless dance between enlightenment and forgetfulness, unity and rebirth. Each session of deep conscious breathing is a pilgrimage inward, a stride that draws you closer to your core truth, nearer to that undying light. And now, it's time to open Chapter 6, healing the self through deep conscious breath. Deep conscious breathing is more than a tool for calm. It is a healing modality that channels gentle yet potent energy. Each inhalation brings healing light that washes through your system with compassionate warmth. It flows through your bloodstream, soothes your nervous system, and softens tension in your brow and chest. It touches the soul you've silently fought to protect. As you focus on breath, you don't just create quiet space. You craft a sacred sanctuary within where body, mind, and spirit unite in the declaration, I am ready to heal. True healing is not merely pain's absence, but the presence of harmony. It demands equilibrium, a calm body, honest emotions, and a soul in tune. Every mindful breath delivers life force like morning sun rays warming frigid earth. Gentle, deliberate, ultimately transformative. It seeps into your cells, dusting away the hidden residue of old wounds and planting seeds of vitality once buried by life stresses. Breath ceases to be an automatic reflex and becomes a ritual that reignites your inner light. And when you exhale, let breath carry away burdens, unspoken sorrows, and fears you once hid even from yourself. Free yourself from outdated narratives you've clung to by habit. Each outward breath becomes an act of surrender, liberating you from unseen chains. Breath transforms into a crucible of purification, holding your wounds and alchemizing them into wisdom. This is a wonder of conscious breathing. It doesn't just heal, it elevates. Sometimes the deepest wounds arise not from others, but from that quiet voice inside declaring, I am not enough. Guilt, shame, and unworthiness slipping like shadows, preventing you from shining fully. Yet when you inhale consciously, you grant yourself permission to let go, to release the expectations that bind, to shed narratives of insufficiency, to replace should with I accept. This is an escape. It is homecoming, a tender journey back to yourself where you embrace your wounds with compassion, whispering, I am here. As you grow to love this practice, the cosmos hears your signal. It answers not with applause, but with subtle shifts in your energy field. Suddenly, your body feels lighter, your mind clearer, and your steps more grounded. For every breath is more than healing. It's a broadcast that you're ready to co-create with life. No longer resisting the current, you dance with it. Deep conscious breathing cradles you in peace and fortifies your physical foundation, enhancing oxygenation, boosting circulation, and melting long-held tension in shoulders and neck. You emerge not just better, but more whole. I must be honest, healing is not always a gentle path. As you deepen your breath awareness, buried emotions may surface. Unwept grief, long-suppressed anger, or anxiety hush beneath a veneer of calm. Do not flee. Do not hide. Welcome these emotions with compassion. Embrace them as you would comfort a crying child. with understanding and tenderness. In the eye of this internal storm, your breath becomes an anchor, a guide, a protector reminding you that you remain safe, intact, and in command. Authentic healing begins when you stop resisting and declare, "Whatever arises, I welcome it," not because every moment is pleasant, but because all of it is part of you. Past stories, wounds, joys, and triumphs are threads in your life's tapestry. When you embrace every strand, not just the comfortable ones, you cultivate true well-being. That is a harmony that suffuses the body, flows through emotions, and resonates in your spirit. Then you don't merely exist, you truly live, aligned with the universe and at peace rather than seeking peace. And it all starts with one mindful breath. Integrate breath awareness into every moment of your life. Turn each second into a sacred altar where presence and mindfulness unite in a simple yet powerful inhalation. When stress tightens its grip and the world spins too fast, return to your breath's rhythm, not as an escape from reality, but as roots grounding you within it. Conscious inhalation fills not just lungs, but your inner landscape with celestial calm. Conscious exhalation releases distractions, toxins, and the suffocating demands of your mind. And in the silent gap between in and out lies pure presence, the space where your soul communes with the divine. This practice proves that healing isn't a one-time ritual, but a way of life. Presence in its purest form is a gateway to profound transformation. As this practice takes root and flourishes like an ancient tree in your chest, you realize breath isn't solely for yourself. It is contagious energy, the ripples extending from one heart to another. The love and peace you cultivate in silence spread to places unseen, like ripples on a still lake. Your inner calm touches family, friends, even strangers. You become not only your own healer, but a beacon of compassion in a noisy world. This is true spiritual power, not merely achieving personal enlightenment, but becoming a light that ignites others' flames. This is a ripple effect of conscious awareness. Your energy is a moving prayer whispering to universe, "I choose love." Chapter 7. Creating New Reality with Breath. Having unlocked healing's power, it's time to step into creation. Breath doesn't just soothe, it manifests. It is the bridge between thought and tangible experience. When the mind is clear, the body calm, and the soul open, you reach the silent wellspring of primordial creativity. From there, every dream, every miracle, every reality once imagined begins to take shape. You are not merely a breathing being. You are the architect of your existence, and conscious breath is your chisel. Deep conscious breathing stands as the bridge linking intention with reality. It's more than affirmation, more than hope. It's a living channel for creative energy to flow. Each inhalation pulses with light that awakens latent potential in your cells. When you infuse your intention with clarity, breath becomes a messenger sending vibrations into the universe, inviting the world to respond. Ideas stop drifting like passing clouds. They become earth, flesh, and form. You create not from empty wishing, but from a sacred bond between your soul and the infinite energy source. Begin with a clear intention. Not merely "I want," but "I am ready to become." Whether it's inner peace, material abundance, genuine love, or a meaningful career path, ask your heart, not only your mind. Hold that vision with tenderness. Envision your dream as if it were already in your grasp. Feel its texture, sense its presence. As you inhale, imagine drawing creative power up from Earth's core and the heavens above. As you exhale, affirm to the universe, "I am worthy. I am ready. I believe." This is a language of vibration, stronger than any word. You are more than flesh and bone. You are a conduit of divine energy. Each inhalation reminds you that there is power behind your heartbeat. Breathe in and let that creative energy flood every cell. Breathe out and clear away doubt, fear, and the old stories you no longer need. The space you create is no emptiness. It is a canvas upon which new reality is painted in the colors of your dreams with a brush called awareness. At this moment, you are no longer just a dreamer. You are a creator, and the world begins to shift because you have shifted. Visualization is the fuel of manifestation, not simply imagining, but truly feeling. Let your dream live within your breath. As you inhale, see the hues of the reality you desire. Imagine the scent you will breathe, the sounds you will hear, the sensations that will wash over you when that dream becomes real. Allow your body to taste that delight even before it unfolds in the external world. For when your vibration changes, the universe responds with aligned opportunities. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer plead, you unite with possibility. When breath and thought unite, the mental blocks that have stalled your growth melt away like ice on the sun of self-love. Limiting beliefs, I cannot, I am nothing, I don't deserve, grow foreign and obsolete. Awareness rises, and with it courage blooms. The courage to leave behind the old narratives that once protected you but now confine you. Creative energy flows unhindered, guiding you not only to ideas but to action. And every action springs from a center of meaning, not from fear, but from the soul's calling. When energy flows freely, your life becomes a dance. No longer a heavy struggle, but graceful movement in harmony with the universe. Every choice feels right. Every step feels light. And you realize you're no longer working to create reality. You are that reality. The world around you begins to shift, not from external miracles, but because you allow your inner miracle to shine outward. This is the power of those who live in alignment, not the power to control, but the power to flow. And in that flow, you find freedom. The outer world is neither enemy nor escape. It is a reflection, a truthful mirror of your inner vibration. When breath, intention, and thought harmonize, the world echoes back in kind. The people you meet, the chances that come, even the obstacles that arise, all become part of your self-creation process. But remember, manifestation is not instant magic. It is habit, a consistent ritual, a devotion to deep inner practice. Integrate this into your daily routine and feel your resonance strengthen. Your energy speaks louder than words. Let it convey your intent to the universe. The ultimate goal is not merely to have, but to become the most whole, most authentic, most radiant version of yourself. For when you master the art of creating through conscious breath, you do more than shape the outside world. You transform your inner essence. You plant seeds of wisdom, harvest peace, and scatter universal love that no longer depends on return. This is true value. Becoming someone who not only pursues the world, but becomes a calm at the heart of its storms. When breath becomes prayer, every life becomes an offering, and within that offering, you find meaning. Chapter 8. Breaking the mind's limits and entering higher consciousness. Each inhale and exhale opens a portal to dimensions untouched by formal logic. In the space of breath, a crack appears leading to eternity, where ego dissolves and soul speaks without sound. Conscious breathing is not merely a technique. It is a silent mantra that cleaves the fog of thought, guiding us from inner crowds to pristine stillness. Breathe and breathe out, and the sky within you unfolds. In that silent moment, all begins. The union of mortal and eternal, of doubt and quiet faith. The sacred gate opens not with logic's key, but with breath's rhythm fused the cosmos. And when you step through, the outer world is no longer foe, but gentle mirror revealing your true self. To reach this summit, we must unravel cocoon of illusion wrapping consciousness. Time is but shadow. Fear is an echo of past clinging. Focus on breath. Through it, we cut layer by layer of barriers until only pure light remains in the chest. Each tension is an opportunity to release. Each fear, a doorway to courage. Breath carries us to that silent place where we hear the authentic pulse of existence. As ego's layers dissolve in stillness, we see the true self is bound by no name, status, or history. Take time, not to chase, but to sit in peace. Silence the inner chatter as you would turn off a noisy broadcast. Let your body meld into the floor. Let your soul rest without proving itself. When thoughts run ahead, gently guide them back. Inhale slowly, feeling the air like a river washing unseen wounds. Exhale slowly, releasing burdens you scarcely knew you carried. In this moment, that is where true power is born, from the willingness to be present, not perfect, but whole. And as you begin to detach from thought, you become the sky, not the passing cloud. You are the observer, not the story entangled in narrative. With each conscious breath, you step away from chaos and into freeing silence. In that silence, there is no urge to prove, no need to judge, only space. And within that space, pure awareness dances in eternal stillness, beyond time and place, beyond labels and definitions. In this state, you no longer feel separate. You are the breath of the earth, the heartbeat of the cosmos, the wave upon an infinite ocean, not a tiny individual, but a vibration weaving through life's symphony. All is connected, not by spiritual theory, but by the universal pulse of love you feel. And when that happens, the world is no longer a challenge, but a playground of consciousness where you learn, give, and grow without fear of loss. Negative thoughts dissipate like morning mist dissolving in sunlight. No more feelings of not enough. No more inner critic's endless chatter. What remains is room to be, to create, to dream with open eyes. Deep conscious breathing is not a shortcut, but homecoming to the true self grounded in peaceful inner sanctuary. It fosters the courage not to fight life, but to embrace it with open hands and a shining heart. When you breathe with full awareness, problems become messages, not punishments. What once felt like walls now appear as doors waiting to open. In stillness, you begin to see all this is not about avoiding pain, but about discovering meaning within it. And when the mind is quiet, your inner voice emerges like a spring. Clear, calm, unstoppable. Not born of thought, but born of presence. Their intuition guides you, not with logic, but with trust blossoming from within. True intuition is not instruction from without, but the echo of your innermost soul. It does not shout, it whispers, and you need silence to hear it. Conscious breathing opens the door not only to your inner world, but to all untapped potential. Imagine a boundless space within you, alive with color, ideas, and power. With each inhale you touch it, rekindling the creative spark that once dimmed. And slowly, you grow into someone not only wise, but filled with love. Yet remember, this is not a sprint. Higher consciousness is not achieved overnight, but is a long road of meaningful steps. Patience is your traveling companion. Perseverance, the light in the fog. And sincerity is the key to true freedom. Every challenge is a hidden teacher. Every obstacle, a mirror. And when you view reality through the eyes of awareness, you no longer ask, why is this happening to me? But what can I learn from this? For in the end, the outer world is only reflection, and the inner world, therein lies true mastery. Chapter 9, Accessing Healing Power Through Breath. In every inhale and exhale, there's more than oxygen. There's light entering and wounds releasing. Breath is not just bodily motion, but a secret dialogue between flesh and soul. Each inhalation is an invitation. Each exhalation a surrender. And between them lie the secrets of healing deeper than any medicine. In silence, breath becomes a wordless mantra vibrating the body's depths, touching ancient nerves burdened by years of pain. It is not only the body that breathes, but the spirit that breathes life anew. This is the bridge between the tangible realm and the energy dimension between what is seen and what is felt. When deep conscious breathing becomes ritual, not mere routine, the body begins to listen and respond. Each breath pulses with intention, and that intention radiates as a healing vibration reaching into the cellular foundation. Organs once fatigued start to beat in a renewed rhythm. Old cells, wrapped in trauma, begin to open doors to fresh energy, not by miracle, but by the body's innate intelligence, long waiting for the touch of full awareness. The body is more than flesh and bone. It is a river of light coursing within, and beneath that, there is prana, chi, the subtle force that sustains us even when we forget. With each conscious breath, we call that vital energy home. It slips into narrow spaces, into memories lodged in muscle and spine. It does not merely heal. It reminds us that the body is a temple and the soul its priest. When prana flows free, your wound is no longer a curse, but a portal to transformation. If you feel tightness in your chest or heaviness in your belly, pause. Direct your breath there. Imagine it as a warm current calming the storm within. Each tension is not the enemy, but a part of you longing for love's greeting. And as you exhale, you release not just air, but the memories, traumas, and fears hidden behind your smile. This technique is not only healing, it is liberation. The dismantling of old walls that have dimmed your own light. Emotional wounds may be invisible, but they sting more than bleeding cuts. They settle in postures, in our gait, in the thought patterns that replay the past. Yet, when we bring mindful breath, we slow time. We give the body room to speak. And in that space, the healing vibration begins its work, seeping into dark corners long eclipsed by haste. Healing does not come from without, but from the courage to be present with all your feelings. In time, you will realize that true health does not spring from supplements or prescriptions, but from harmony. Harmony of a calm body, a clear mind, and a connected spirit. With conscious breathing, your frequency shifts. You become more attuned, not sensitive in pain, but sensitive in love. You begin to hear inner whispers, understand your body's messages, and tend yourself as one tends a sacred garden. Stress is not the enemy, but undirected energy. And each time you exhale mindfully, you do more than release pressure. You redirect that current into newfound strength. In steady breath lies the power to turn tremor into tranquility, chaos into clarity. No need to flee the world, only to be fully present within it. With this technique, you stay calm in storms, sharp in fog, resilient under life's trials. For breath is your anchor, keeping you whole when the world tries to pull you off course. And now, breath is no longer mere reflex, but ritual. Each inhalation is silent dike, each exhalation flowing forgiveness. In the quiet space, you do more than breathe. You merge with the breath of life itself. You draw near not to a concept of God, but to the living presence in every breath. There, the complex becomes simple. All seeking becomes return. Your body grows light, not because you have lost weight, but because you no longer carry your burdens alone. Energy flows unimpeded. Peace courses down your spine like warm water from an inner sky. Yet remember, this is not a one-off. Healing through breath is a journey, not a destination. It demands commitment, patience, and love that grows each day. And every practice is one step closer to your true home within. And as you continue on this path, change becomes undeniable. You grow healthier, not only in body, but your soul becomes fertile ground for peace. You become more peaceful, not because life is easier, but because your heart no longer resists its waves. And you become connected not to something outside, but to the true source within yourself. Healing through breath is not theory, not dogma, not doctrine. It is a discovery, the greatest discovery, that you are the healer, and breath is the mantra that awakens that power from its long slumber. Chapter 10. Breathing Techniques to Create a New Reality. Imagine if each breath were a brush and your life a vast canvas. Once you understand breath's power, you awaken to its role not only in healing, but in creating. Your breath becomes the invisible bridge between the silent inner world and the vibrant outer reality. Each inhale is an invocation. Each exhale a declaration. When you breathe with full awareness, you do more than fill your lungs. You fill your life with intention, direction, and the cosmic energy ready to sculpt a little universe called your destiny. Now, the energy from subtle realms begins to flow, moistening the parched chambers of doubt. Visions and dreams once hazy now approach the threshold of reality. Because you no longer merely hope, you invite them with your own breath. One of the highest techniques, visual breathing. Sit in silence, close the world's eyes, and open your inner vision. Inhale deeply. See brilliant white light entering your body, filling every empty space with hope and the creative energy that births tomorrow. Do not rush. Let that light touch the past, ignite the present, and shape your future. As you exhale, visualize every doubt turning into a wisp of smoke. Watch it rise and dance and slowly vanish into the light. Imagine your fears become wind and you are the calm storm now mastering them. Proceed deliberately with deep immersion. Each breath carves a new mark in your awareness, precision carving your intention into reality's fabric. You no longer simply hope, you build. On to the next technique, breath of creation. Inhale slowly, and in your heart whisper, I accept the energy of creation. As you exhale, speak, I release all limits. Repeat with unwavering conviction, in a tone soft yet firm. These words are not mere affirmations. They are vibrations, wave patterns that shatter old mental walls and open space for new ways of thinking. This is a spark of self-empowerment, where breath and word become one voice, the Creator's voice within you. For those ready to dive deeper, there is one more, quantum breathing. Quick, steady inhalations followed by long, gentle exhalations. Repeat, 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 until the rhythm melds with your heartbeat. There, an energy wave forms. It replaces anxiety with calm, banishes doubt, and replaces it with trust. This technique is not mere relaxation. It rewires your vibrational structure. And when practiced with consistency, the reality around you shifts too, as if the world responds to the new frequency you emit from your core. All this works by one grand principle. The energy pattern within always correlates with outer conditions. When your breath is guided by intention and awareness, you open a channel to creative power. And when that happens, you become a magnet for fortune. Not because the world magically changes, but because you yourself have changed. Your breath is now bound to your highest intention, and miracles cease to be rare events. They become part of your everyday. Remember, breath is more than air. It is a key, a direct link to transformative power. And the one who holds that key is you. When you feel stuck, when the world seems stuck, simply return to your breath, for there lies the true answer. These techniques are not mere exercises. They are sacred tools that guide you to create miracles in the most authentic, simplest, and most honest way. Breathing is no longer a biological process, but a gateway to the rich inner world, full of possibility, hope, and hidden exits. Each inhale is an invitation to the universe to collaborate. Each exhale is the opening of new space, where optimism blossoms and opportunity arrives unexpectedly. Do not underestimate your breath. It is a silent weapon building your future from the inside out. Breath is the simplest yet most potent tool. It can heal, create, and completely redirect your life's course. Train it with pure intention, with a willing heart. For once you begin to breathe in awareness, the world will not remain unchanged. It will adapt, It will send you opportunities, open doors, and point the way. Great change always starts within. When you master your breath, you master energy. And when energy yields to you, reality is shaped like clay in an artist's hands. Let deep conscious breathing be your new compass, your guide through darkness. This practice not only calms you, but makes you resilient. Not only peaceful, but purposeful. You have unlocked the door to a new reality, not built by chance, but by the choices of your true soul. Keep practicing. Keep breathing in awareness. And watch how the life you once dreamed of begins to live through you.